Hey guys, what's up? Carter here. We're taking another look at a cold steel knife. This one actually really impressed me when I got it. You can tell that from the unboxing video. Very impressed with this blade. This is the Cold Steel Counterpoint 1. There's also a Counterpoint 2, which is a smaller version. It does differ in design a little bit. It's got kind of a slimmer takedown on the dagger blade. Now, a lot of people compare this to the Almar Sear, I believe. It's a folding knife as well. Liner lock, I think. Very similar bayonet dagger blade. And I think that's where it draws most of the comparison is the, this bayonet swedge on top here and the fact that it's a dagger blade. A little bit in the handle kind of reminds, is similar, but really, I don't know. I don't see this as being a copy of that or a lifted design of that. I see it being its own beast. The only reason I think so many people make that comparison is you just don't see folding knives with this style of blade all that often. So when two well-known companies do it, you're automatically going to draw comparisons. Let's take a look at specs. Should have a 4-inch blade on here, I believe. Yep, 4-inch blade, about 9 inches overall. This thing means business. This is an amazing blade. Talk about a folding fixed blade. This is literally the folding version of Cold Steel's, I forget what it's called, but their boot knife, their dagger style boot knife. And having this triad lock literally means it's about as close as you can get to a folding fixed blade. Love that they went with the satin on there. Beautifully done. You can see those grind lines. Thumb stud opening for deployment. I mentioned in the unboxing I like how it's symmetrical on both sides. So that means you are going to get complete ambidexterity. Is that a word? I don't know. Out of this knife. Other Cold Steels, you kind of can on the short side. They usually have a stubby side here. More than likely you need to switch them over if you want to do left-handed opening. This one, you don't need to switch. It's the exact same on both sides. It'll go left hand, right hand just as easy. As you can see, pocket clip is reversible. This particular pocket clip doesn't require them to provide a secondary pocket clip just because it's straight, unlike the AK-47 or the American Lawman or most of their others. Very, very lightweight. You'll see down in the specs, I'm thinking about 4.5 ounces. It's kind of fun playing that game. Just having me guess, and then I get to see when I actually upload it and grab the specs and put them in the description. I get to see how close I am. Yeah, I'm guessing about 4.5 ounces, maybe 4.75, something like that. For a 4-inch blade that's this stout and this strong, that's good. That's pretty good. I'm not a big ounce watcher, but it's. I hate to see extra weight that's unnecessary, and it's cool when a company can provide a lightweight knife that's as strong, if not stronger, than other options out there. One of the reasons for its strength is those nested liners right there. So you have this Grivory, I believe it's Grivory scales, and then nested stainless steel liners, and then it also has full cutouts that reduce the weight as well. I like this Grivory. One thing that's great about it is because you can mold it. It's not like G10 where it's just a big sheet of varying thicknesses and then you got to round it. You can really make like just a nice rounded handle that you can see there. It makes it very comfortable to use. The ergonomics on here is great. You can see how this fits. Just follows that swell right there. Finger goes around this choil. Not really a choil, but well, finger guard choil type thing there. Then you got a little thumb wrap right there. So definitely good for thrusting. But this blade shape, it doesn't have a ton of belly, but it does have some. It has as much as many other knives. It's got this kind of dagger look to it, but this edge is going to be very useful for pretty much anything that you want to use it for. Really nice. As I mentioned in the original video, the unboxing or whatever, this thing opens up crazy. It's the only Cold Steel I've ever handled that I have in my current collection or any past collection that you can actually flick open like that. It's amazing. It's really cool. I wish everyone was like that. I'm not sure why this is like that and that AK-47 that I recently got is not. But it is fun to play with because it'll just fly open and it's really easy to disengage that lock as well. super smooth, no play at all, no play any direction, no slip, nothing. Absolutely great. As far as carry goes, you know, not too deep. You got quite a bit hanging out. It's not crazy, but you got quite a bit hanging out. Lanyard hole here, you know, pretty standard stuff. One thing I noticed is they actually contoured this, concaved in like that. And I'd imagine that's for reverse grip. You know, give you a nice, comfortable space for your thumb to go, which it does do quite well. Standard AUS 8 steel. I believe it is Sub-Zero quenched, if I'm not mistaken. You know, they do amazing things with their AUS 8. They really push it to its limit. I've never heard anybody legitimately complain about cold steel's steel. I mean, I've heard people say, oh, AUS 8, it's cheap steel, I don't like it. But I've never heard anybody actually say, this knife with this steel performed poorly, whether it be chipping, breaking, edge retention, anything like that. I haven't seen it. I've only heard good things, and I've only heard people say, wow, I didn't expect it to perform as well as it did. So whatever Cold Steel does to their AUS 8, they're doing it well, because it really performs well from what I've seen and used quite nicely. So yeah, there we go. The Cold Steel Counterpoint 1. Really nice looking blade. Definitely recommend picking one of these up. I was originally going to throw this in my truck, but I don't know if I want to. It's actually kind of, I don't know, at first it seemed kind of ugly, but it's really kind of growing on me. I'm liking the look of it. It's nice. Alright guys, take it easy.